6:45 on your Wednesday morning. Time now for our Morning Cup of Joe segment. The sheriff is off right now, so Undersheriff McMahill joins us this morning. Thanks for coming in again. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Let's first talk about something that's been in the news this morning. Metro officer Cordell Hendricks being fired essentially for lack of action for 1 October. We saw the video from the body cameras. I know this is an ongoing situation, but what can you say about what took place and where things stand right now? This, from what I understand, happened back in March.
Yeah, so listen, there's been a lot of critics, obviously, and as you well know, we've been going through this public record stuff where we've had to go in and review thousands and thousands of hours of body-worn camera footage. But I have to tell you, in the immediate aftermath of 1 October, we weren't focused so much on the actions of our officers at that point, just because we didn't have the capacity to do it. We were, in the ensuing months, really worried about follow-on attacks, investigating what, we still can't give the victims an answer as to why 1 October happened. And so we spent many, many months with hundreds of investigators trying to get to the bottom of that. And what I can tell you, and you are right, it is an open case, and we are going to arbitration. So commentary by Metro would be used against us in the arbitration process. So I won't give you a specific comment on that. But what I will say to you is that he was terminated from our organization because we don't believe he performed at the level that we trained him to.
What is the threshold? I guess maybe someone who's watching at home who's seen that body camera video would wonder, what is an officer supposed to do in that circumstance? Is it just simply head towards the fire?
Yeah, so, policing continues to change. I mean, it's such an interesting profession because of that, but Columbine changed the rules, right? And that's been 20 plus years ago, right? So we have MACTAC and multi-assailant counterterrorism action capabilities. We train our officers in a variety of different ways, and we believe we provided the training to all of our officers, and we see that played out on many other body cams. In this particular case, particularly with the responsibility of having a trainee along with him, we didn't believe that he met the standards of conduct for the organization.
One last question, I don't know if you can answer, but if the body camera video had not been made public, would he have been fired? Did that have any role at all whatsoever, that the public got to see what took place?
No, I don't think that it going public had anything to do with it. I just think that we began those investigations at a certain time. And look, we've always said from the very beginning, we owe answers to those that lost their lives, those that were injured, 58 dead, 422 shot, over 850 total wounded. We owe a responsibility to all 22,000 members of that concert that attended to get it right and to make sure that the mistakes that we did make never happen again.
Let's change gears, of course. We have the 4th of July tomorrow, DUI crashes, fatalities. It's a major issue across the valley. The department's starting a new Don't Drink and Drive campaign to try and raise awareness and try and end this situation here in the valley. Talk a little about this effort.
So if you haven't seen the public service announcement that we did, please go to lvmpd.com and take a look at it.
It's very emotional.
It's very emotional.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would like the public to think about, in my opinion, sometimes public service announcements are limited in their ability to reach out to people. We have over 150,000 views of that particular video. The mothers and the fathers that are on that video, I think the public should know that they had enough passion and desire to actually tape these within a month of the actual DUI crash where they lost their children. And so it is an emotional plea. We want people to actually feel that people are losing their lives because of stupid decisions that we make to drink and get behind the wheel of a vehicle. And so we're really trying everything that we can to pull at the heartstrings of people, to convince people to have a different approach to this plague in our community. As we sit here today, we have reduced our fatal DUI crashes. We're at 17 for the year versus 35 for the previous year. But that's not enough. That's still a lot of lives that have been lost and families that are devastated, and we need the public's help to check one another, make sure that they're not letting anybody that's around them get into a car after they've been drinking. Absolutely.
Well, Undersheriff McMahill, thank you again for stepping in for Sheriff Lombardo today and talking about these issues. If you have a question for the sheriff moving forward or any other questions about Metro, of course you can submit it on our website, lasvegasnow.com. Look for the link on the side of the page and just submit your questions. We'll try and get them answered every Wednesday.